Stephen Cordeño, Cal Artist Sports, right here with the one and only Rich Marotta. Man, thank you so much for having us here at the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. Super cool. Man, tell me, I mean, it's a great turnout again. We got 3 classes, so I mean, I feel like this is the one to come to.
Yeah, you know, I think it's lovely that the fans are really turning out for this meet and greet. And it's really, if you think about it, sure, people want to go to the gala. I mean, it's a big, huge induction event. But if you want to get close to the champions, to the inductees, to the past inductees and this is the place to be, is this meet and greet, and they're in there. We've had a massive turnout today, and I'm really excited about it and very grateful that everybody showed up, and everybody in there is seemingly having a great time.
Yeah, everyone's having an awesome time, man. What a class. Obviously, it's 3 classes in one, but right. I mean, it's, we got Miguel Cotto, Floyd, Roy Jones. I saw Julian Jackson in there, which is pretty neat. I mean,
James Toney, Danny Little Red Lopez, Michael Second to None, Iran Barkley. The list goes on.
Mark Too Sharp was in there.
That's right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat to have all these guys all around.
I think it's an unbelievable array of talent in that room over there, and that will be tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Is there any of these guys like stick out to you that you were like, I was never missing that guy's fight? Was there any one of these Hall of Famers this year, or is it most of them because they are?
Well, you could say most of them, but actually, I was about the same age as Danny Little Red Lopez, and so it started out with me as a fan of Danny, watching, and then a few years later, when I came back to Los Angeles as a reporter, now I was covering his fight. So saw him from the very beginning of his career. When I came back, I got to cover him, but he was always the most explosive and he just so popular in Los Angeles, and I was one of his big fans even as a reporter. So that I would say that was, always can't miss appointment with boxing for myself anyway. Was with any Danny Little Red Lopez fight.
He fought a lot at the Grand Olympic, right?
At the Olympic Auditorium, yeah, that's right, and at the Forum, and he had a great list of fighters that he defeated, and even at the end he lost here in Las Vegas to Salvador Sanchez at the end of his career, but one of the really great Mexican champions. But he beat so many wonderful fighters along the way, and Danny, I'm just glad Danny's here, and he's enjoying himself inside, and I even got one of it, believe it or not, I got one of his t-shirts.
Oh, that's awesome. See, supporting still. That's great.
It's really the only t-shirt I got today.
That's so cool. That's a great shirt. Rich, man, just as a great boxing man, just want to get your take on potentially, one of the all-time great fights, at least prior to it, right? The Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford.
Right.
Obviously, we don't know what the fight's going to look like, but going into it, it definitely has that De La Hoya, Trinidad, that kind of, Hearns, Hagler kind of feel to it. Looking at those two guys, is there, you lean one way or the other with those two?
I do lean toward Terence Crawford in the fight. Spence is wonderfully gifted and has immense skills. Terence, I think, presents some interesting and unusual problems for him to solve, in that, Terence, I've never seen a fighter more seamless in going from right-handed to left-handed. He's got great speed, which he can mix with power. I give the edge to Terence in the fight, although I have massive respect for Errol Spence. And I think if Spence has an advantage in the fight, it's with his body punching. I've seen him knock guys out with one body punch, and I did a couple of his early fights on television, so I'm very impressed. But I think it's a massive fight. I do believe you're correct in putting it in the in the hallmark of like De La Hoya Trinidad, or one of those really great fights, massive mega fights. Give that slight edge to Terence Crawford.
You said he's the best you've seen at switching. I was going to say, I mean, that's a high compliment, right? Because you're talking like Marvin Hagler, guys like that could switch left to right, and you think Terence kind of has the
you don't even notice he does it sometimes. I mean, it is that, and he does so many little nuanced things in the ring that I think he's a tremendously, really a great fighter, great champion. And I think, after this fight is over and the careers of both, they're going to both go down in the history as one of the better champions. champions. But I'm looking forward to that fight getting made. That is,
we all are. We need that announcement already for sure. Last one I want to get your take on, Rich. Canelo versus Triple G 3.
Yeah.
You know, they fought 2 close fights. A lot of people thought Triple G won the first one. The second one was very close. Canelo got the victory. Now we're a little further down the line, right? Triple G is 40 years old. Canelo dominant at 168, undisputed first time ever, I want to say, right? The first ever 4-belt 168-pounder. But he's coming off a loss.
Right.
You know, how does that one play out?
Yeah, I don't put too much stock in the loss to Bivol because of the situation where he's jumping up so high. I thought it was a really kind of a bold move by Canelo to do something like that. And, you know, it didn't work out for him, but I think, you know, I picked Triple G in the first 2 fights. I thought Triple G won both fights, even the second fight. I know that I might be in the minority there, but I did think that he won both fights, Triple G, but I'm switching up on this one, and I'm going with Canelo.
Right. Yeah, no, it's his time for sure. Rich, thank you so much for your time, and tell the fans where they could follow you and follow the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame.
Right. Well, at you know, our website for the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame is nvbhof.com. You can follow me on Twitter at BoxingRich or at NVBHOF for the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame Twitter account as well. You know, thanks to you, and thanks to everybody for helping us build this dream of a Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, because we have a lot of great history in Nevada, and that's what we're about. We're a state boxing Hall of Fame, but it's a little bit different because of the history and the glory of boxing in Las Vegas and in Nevada down for over a century. So I'm glad everybody is coming through for us on this.
Got to bring back the radio show, man. I missed the radio show on Sundays.
You know, I hear that more than you'd believe. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.